Well, last year, they have 4 starters back, and they've added a very good wing player, Rick Barry's son. This team, we were really ready for it last year because we had a lot of trepidation about the game. They just came off beating Baylor at Baylor. And they've got a very experienced, this is an extremely tough opener for us. Sometimes people don't believe that, but anytime you have a very experienced team like this that has played well on the road, you have to adjust because they struggled a little bit with our matchup zone, and we're not playing matchup zone. They're very good against man. They have a lot of sets, so we've got to be ready defensively for a very tough ball game.
They're a little bit bigger. The 6'9" kid did a good job against you all last year.
He hurt us last year. As you remember, we didn't have Gorky that game, and he hurt us getting a double-double. The addition of Barry really helps them. They can put 4 shooters on the floor at the same time. So, we've got to be on top of our game.
Is this the starting line that we use?
I don't have my glasses on me, but
Same as last game.
probably not.
Do you know what you will?
I know 4 of them. I don't know who the 5th is yet.
That would be your center.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do yet. But by and large, every time, these are probable starters. I keep as much away from Kenny as I possibly can.
Rick, when it comes to your centers, with Steven and Mango, how much is it pretty much such a fluid thing? Every day probably changes in practice and stuff.
Mango is a freshman like Gorgie was a freshman. And although he's a redshirt freshman, he just fundamentally, he's a good athlete who's trying to learn the game of basketball in a very rushed environment. Stephen Van Treese is a role player, stepping into he's an excellent role player. Now he's trying to step into a totally different role and not totally comfortable with it.
You've seen some championship banners raised, but what will tomorrow mean for you when you see it up there?
Well, it's going to be far away, so I don't know if I can see it, but it'll be awesome. The whole thing is just a great experience. You're talking about 100 years of tradition here, and there's only been 3 banners raised. And I say only, it's anything more than 1 is quite exceptional. And it was a very special team that had great chemistry, played the game like it should be played with the attitude that you hope to have. And so it'll be very special to relive those moments for a few minutes, and then we've got to get on and try to create some